Do you often get less than 6 hours of sleep a night? Whether it's because of work, stress, or just staying up late on your phone, skipping out on sleep can have more serious effects than you might think. What if I told you that cutting sleep short can take a huge toll on your brain? In today's video, we're going to explore the real, science-backed consequences of getting less than 6 hours of sleep each night. And trust me, the effects on your brain are more shocking than you realize. Stick around to find out how lack of sleep could be silently destroying your cognitive abilities, memory, and even emotional health. Sleep is often the first thing we sacrifice when life gets busy. But the truth is, it's one of the most crucial factors for maintaining optimal brain function. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine recommends that adults get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep each night, but many of us fall short, with some barely scraping by with 5 or 6 hours. It's easy to think you can push through with a cup of coffee or a quick nap, but the reality is that consistent sleep deprivation, even losing just a couple of hours a night, can have devastating effects on your brain. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what happens to your brain when you get less than 6 hours of sleep. We'll explore how sleep deprivation affects your cognitive abilities, your mood, your memory, and even how it impacts your long-term risk of brain disorders. Let's dive into the first and perhaps the most immediate effect of not getting enough sleep. One of the first things you'll notice after a night of poor sleep is slower thinking. You might find yourself struggling to focus at work, forgetting important tasks, or making simple mistakes. That's because sleep deprivation disrupts the brain's ability to process information efficiently. According to a study published in the Journal of Neuroscience, getting less than 6 hours of sleep reduces activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, problem-solving, and rational thinking. When you're sleep-deprived, your brain's ability to form logical connections slows down, making you more likely to act impulsively or make poor decisions. This is why you might feel more scatterbrained after a night of tossing and turning. You're not just tired, your brain is actually slowing down. Even more concerning, a study from Harvard Medical School found that sleep deprivation impairs your reaction time and alertness to a degree similar to being intoxicated. This cognitive fog doesn't just affect your work or school performance, it also impacts your safety. In fact, sleep-deprived driving has been shown to be as dangerous as drunk driving because of the slowed brain activity. Another area of your brain that takes a serious hit when you don't get enough sleep is your memory. Sleep plays a critical role in the process of memory consolidation, which is how your brain takes the experiences and information from your day and locks them into long-term memory. Without enough sleep, your brain struggles to properly store and retrieve this information. A study from the National Institutes of Health revealed that during deep sleep stages, the brain is hard at work replaying and organizing memories, making connections between new information and existing knowledge. When you cut your sleep short, these processes are disrupted, leading to memory gaps and difficulty recalling even basic details. This is why you might struggle to remember something simple, like where you put your keys after a poor night's sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation has also been linked to long-term memory loss. Research from the University of California, Berkeley suggests that lack of sleep over time can lead to the shrinking of the hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for memory. This means that consistently getting less than 6 hours of sleep could eventually affect your ability to retain new information and memories. Have you ever noticed how irritable or moody you feel after a poor night's sleep? That's because sleep deprivation doesn't just affect your cognitive abilities, it also wreaks havoc on your emotional regulation. When you don't get enough sleep, the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing emotions, becomes overactive, while the prefrontal cortex, which helps keep emotions in check, becomes less responsive. This imbalance can lead to heightened feelings of anxiety, irritability, and stress. A study published in the Journal of Sleep Research found that people who consistently sleep less than 6 hours a night are more likely to experience emotional instability, including mood swings and increased anxiety. This is why you might feel more on edge or more reactive to minor inconveniences when you're sleep deprived. Even more concerning, chronic lack of sleep can contribute to serious mental health issues like depression. Research from the Harvard Medical School shows a strong correlation between sleep disorders and mood disorders, with people suffering from insomnia being 10 times more likely to develop depression. The effects of sleep deprivation go far beyond just short-term cognitive decline or mood swings. Over time, consistently getting less than 6 hours of sleep increases your risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. While you sleep, your brain engages in a kind of cleanup process, removing toxins that build up throughout the day. This process is known as the glymphatic system, and it's crucial for keeping your brain healthy. A study from the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke found that during sleep, the brain clears out beta amyloid, a protein that's closely associated with the development of Alzheimer's disease. When you don't get enough sleep, this process is impaired, leading to a buildup of harmful proteins that increase your risk of cognitive decline over time. Even if you feel like you can get by with only 5 or 6 hours of sleep now, the long-term effects on your brain could be significant. By consistently depriving your brain of the rest it needs, you may be putting yourself at a higher risk of developing dementia or other neurodegenerative conditions later in life. One of the more surprising effects of sleep deprivation is how it impairs your brain's ability to be creative and solve complex problems. During sleep, especially during REM sleep, your brain makes unique connections between seemingly unrelated pieces of information, a process that fuels creativity and innovation. When you don't get enough sleep, your brain loses its ability to think outside the box. A study from the University of California, San Diego found that participants who were sleep-deprived struggled with tasks that required creative problem-solving. Sleep deprivation not only affects your ability to focus, but also limits your brain's potential to come up with new ideas, solutions, and strategies. If you're someone who relies on creative thinking in your work or personal life, getting less than 6 hours of sleep could be quietly holding you back from reaching your full potential. The good news is that it's never too late to improve your sleep and protect your brain from the damaging effects of sleep deprivation. Here are a few tips to help you get better. Longer sleep. Set a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends, to regulate your body's internal clock. Create a bedtime routine. Engage in relaxing activities before bed, such as reading, meditation, or listening to calming music, to signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. Limit screen time before bed. The blue light emitted by phones and computers can interfere with your brain's production of melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep. Optimize your sleep environment. Make your bedroom a sleep-friendly environment by keeping it cool, dark, and quiet. Sleep is more than just a time to rest. It's essential for your brain's health and overall function. From memory retention to emotional regulation, your brain depends on sleep to work at its best. Skimping on sleep, especially if it's less than 6 hours a night, can have immediate and long-term effects that you may not even realize until it's too late. Don't wait until you're burnt out or facing serious health consequences. Start prioritizing your sleep now to protect your brain, boost your mental performance, and improve your quality of life. How many hours of sleep do you usually get? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more science-backed health tips to keep your brain and body performing at their best.